Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, everybody there. Welcome to Steady Eddie Live. It's Monday, the 2nd of October, 3/4 of the way through the year up to now. Jesus, where does it all go? And if you're watching this on replay, hello, good morning, good evening, afternoon, or whenever you're watching, okay? Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I just say hello to a few people. Donald Trump, good evening, Mr. President. Nice to hear from you. John Mitch. So, I'll put this on the screen. Did you launch your book yet? We'll talk about that in a minute. It's a bit too early in the stream to to go on about that, but we'll mention that in a minute. Chris Card, nice to hear from you, Chris. Ross Romes is here. Lord of Dreams, Telecom. Good evening from this side of the pond to Eddie who knows in the chat. Okay, cheers, Mark. Nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you, mate. I've run out of hot chocolate. The co-op hasn't got any hot chocolate. Life is never, ever perfect, is there's always something that gets you down. I've got no hot chocolate. I'm drinking Coca-Cola and my usual diet ginger beer. But it would be nice to have a nice hot as the evenings are getting a little bit chillier, it would be nice to have a nice hot chocolate beside me, but just wasn't happening. Sceneries is here. Gemini Star is here. Wayne Ritchie, hello. Is every Paul as well. Have you ever been to Berlin, Germany? Yeah, I've been to Berlin and I liked it. I like Berlin. I first went there about 8 years ago, something like that. I went from another. I was in Turkey at the time, and I somehow ended up in Berlin. And it's a good place. It's okay. The people are really, really good. It's a good place. I like Germany. I do like Germany. Nice to hear from you, Wayne. Anyway, Scuba Steve, even from a cold, wet Newcastle. Oh well, you know it's October. It's England. What you'd expect. Really. Ivan, evening Eddie lads, massive explosion in Oxford, breaking news. Really, I haven't heard of that. When did that news break? I don't know what's happening there. Joe Hart, good evening. Chaz Brown, Bottle Baby, Martin Ryder. What's this? Martin Ryder, Yogi Bear. Good evening, Ed, and good evening to all in the chat. I see there's an auction I think you might be interested in. Roger Moore's family are sell a part of his James Bond collection on Wednesday, 200 lots. I'm leaving the country. What am I going to do? I mean, I'm throwing things out. I'm not taking them in. I've got massive amounts of stuff that I want to, throw out and give to people and whatever. I'm not really buying anything at the moment, but I'm sure that will be interesting. Smooth Operator is here. Hope you're well. Leaving for Pattaya in 8 days. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Okay. Well, I hope you have a great time there. Mickey Barker is here. Karen Farang from the jungle. Brian Street. Nice to hear from you, Brian. Capitonian. Greetings from Cape Town, Eddie. 1 month before I'm back in Bangkok. Can't wait. Oh, everyone's going to Thailand. Everyone's going there. I can't book a flight just yet because my passport is still in the post. It was 9 days ago. It was on a Saturday morning last week that I actually filled in a form and sent off it in the post office. And I thought, by a miracle, it might come back early. And I've been waiting for it. I don't know how long it's going to take. But then I get an email today to say, we've received your old passport. Okay, fair enough. I thought you received my old passport about a week ago, personally. I mean, how about the new one? Okay, we'll see. I've got a feeling that's going to take longer than expected. Nice to hear from you there, Capitonian. Anyway, Touch Farang is here. Wayne Vosper. Yeah, it is a good idea. Wayne Ritchie, smash the like button, everyone, and let's make Eddie's day. Okay, that really would make me day. It really, really would. Really would. It helps push the stream out there and all of that. Really, it shows YouTube that there are people who actually like me. David Martins, nice to hear from you, David. Sean Harris, nice to hear from you. Welsh Boy Webby, nice to hear from you, mate. Welsh Boy Webby's got a really good channel. He's becoming a very, very popular YouTuber. Nice to hear from you. Don John T, Leeds. Scuba Steve, Eddie, one of your vids has 3.5 million views. Not exactly. One of them's got 2.7 million views. There's a part 1 and 2. I know the ones you mean. There's a part 1 and 2. One's got part 1's got 2.7 million, and the other's got about 2.5 or 2 or something like that. The other one's got about 2. No, one's got 2.7 and one's got about 1.5 or something like that. But yeah, they were the golden. God, that was some time ago. Telecom coffee with heavy cream in it works for me. Well, I wouldn't drink that of an evening time. Of a morning time, yeah, I'd quite happily drink that, but I wouldn't have that of an evening time because it's evening time and I'm kind of winding down. I don't want to be taking any caffeine, but it sounds lovely. JJ is here. Kipax is here. Nice to hear from you. Martin Ryder, being playing with Skyscanner to get India for the Cricket World Cup. Found the flight one way from Stansted to Mumbai for 114. 41 hours and 4 changes. Don't think I could handle that. No, I don't think I could. 41 hours, Jesus Christ, that's not going to be a lot of fun, is it? You're going to be sitting a long time around an airport somewhere. Andrew Green. Good evening. I just booked for Thailand and Cambodia over New Year. Campot on your recommendation. Okay, fine. I mean, my Campot video tend to be quite popular. Campot's a very, very likable place. It's a bit, they need to tidy the place up a little bit, but there's still a lot of bars there and a lot of friendly people, and it's good. It's well worth a visit. So, good for you, mate. Anyway, I live stream there, didn't I? New Year's Eve. That's where I done a live stream. Yeah, good place. I'd go there again. I will go there again. Paul Hoskin, get some Horlicks instead with milk. I have actually got Horlicks. I've never actually opened the jar because if you have it with milk, that's going to be a lot of bloody calories, that isn't it? Karim Farang from the jungle. Explosion was a lightning strike. Really? Okay, I'll see that on the news later. But it probably sounds more exciting than what bloody conferences and all that crap that's on the news right now. Brad Russell, nice to hear from you. Legan is here. Great. I had a great time last week. Hit the like button, guys. Okay, thanks. Legan is from New York State, I believe, and it was a very, very good call last week. I don't know if it was this channel or the other one, but it was a really, really good call. So nice to hear from him. Bilbo Kelso, evening, I don't need a holiday, just had 13 stitches taken out of my head. Oh my God, that sounds nasty. That sounds nasty. I hope you're okay, mate. I hope you're okay. Gemini Stars chucking it down. Gemini Star, it's chucking it down here in London. Okay. Rich Free, Ed. Is it negative to warn a traveller of a potential danger or inconvenience so they can be better prepared? That is such a damn good question. Should we answer that one? Should we answer that one? Okay. We'll we'll get there. We'll get to that. I'm going to put that on the screen because that is so good. That is so good. That is such a good question that I'm going to ask that question. I'm really, really going to ask that question. That's for Rich Frey. Okay. And the question is, I'm going to phrase it a different way, though. I'm going to phrase it a different way. Oh, get your act together. I'll phrase it another way, because it's a good question, that one. The question is, what potential danger or inconvenience would you warn travelers of? Okay, it's down to you. Okay, it's down to you. Okay, so that is courtesy of Rich Free. That's well, he basically asked something like that. He's asked, is it negative to warn other travelers? That you can also mention that, but what potential dangers or inconvenience would you want? There must be something that you think, if my mate's going there, I better tell him about this. There must be something. So anyway, Bart Simpson. I'm not familiar with that flogger, but that sounds very, very sad, that does. Wayne Ritchie, Eddie, I paid 1,310 USA dollars for my trip to Bangkok, Thailand in November. It's expensive, but what can you do? Well, if that's a return ticket, well, it is, isn't it? You know, it's obviously it is, and I can't really say any more than that. It is what it is. I mean, flights look like they're coming down a bit. I noticed. I think Jeff Carter. He said on a video yesterday. I was watching one of his videos, and I think he said that he paid £1,000 from Manchester to Bangkok, and that will be returned for the monthly ticket. £1,000, a lot of money. So yeah, that's it. It is what it is. Martin Ryder, if you had done your passport online, it would be half the weight. Yeah, but I might have ballsed it up. There's certain things that I like doing the old fashioned way, face to face, with another person sitting on the other side of the desk. I'll trust myself to do some things online, but not everything. And so I thought for the 98 quid that I spent, I think it'll be all right. So where is my passport? It's somewhere in the post. Dutch Farang, Eddie, your book is a good read. Yes, okay. You're obviously confusing me with somebody else because I haven't released it yet. But anyway, thanks anyway. Bart Simpson, shocking. Ian UK, I like that you're holding the release of your book for the Christmas rush. I hope it's a good read. If not, come in handy as a free file lighter. Oh, okay. It's an ebook at the moment anyway. I'll talk about that in a minute. I promise you I will. Yeah, Mr. Cool caught you early. Okay. Tree Town is here. Nice to hear from you. Paul Hoskin. Oh, yeah, this is more breaking news, isn't it? They're cancelling the HS2 link to Manchester because all the money's gone on the dinghy divers. Do you know what? I'm getting bloody pissed off hearing about this HS2. I've even forgotten the figures. It started off as a few billion, and now it's mega tens and twenties and hundreds of billions and all this kind of stuff. And apparently none of us will ever live to see it. It's going to be well into the future. It sounds very, very futuristic. In fact, the HS2 super high-speed rail link is so futuristic that most of us alive today won't be alive when it's going to bloody happen. Yeah, Chow Bao, I believe that's your name. Nice to hear from it. What is it? How do you pronounce that name? Chow Bao, nice to hear from you. Yeah, Scuba Steve, how do you make off 3 million views 10K? Are we talking about 3 million views? He's just mentioning that. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. He's talking about that. Let me just get something in a moment. Okay, Scuba Steve. Oh, Scuba Steve. How do you make off? I think you're saying how much do you make off 3 million views? 10,000 is it pounds? No, you don't make that much. It's what was it? What was it? Yeah, 3 million views. Well, it depends whether your video is monetized or not. It really doesn't it? I mean, the thing is, I've explained before the difference between the green symbol, which is full monetization, and the yellow symbol, which is limited or no ads at all. And let me tell you that between those two, I mean, I've got videos on my list which have got a lot of views, hundreds of thousands of views, and because they've got the yellow symbol, I haven't made very much at all from them. But if you have a 3 million video and it's got the green symbol, then you'll make a fair bit about that. 3 million, you won't make as much as 10 grand off it. You won't make £10,000 off it. But you know you'll may well do okay out of it. But like you say, you know, it's got to be. The thing is, if it's the yellow symbol, YouTube won't promote it much in this day and age anyway. Although having said that, I have got videos on my list which have got the yellow symbol, which have got hundreds of thousands of views. But it is what it is anyway. Anyway, where are we? But since you get to Mumbai and it's rained off. Let me see. Let me see. Where are you now? Mickey Barker, heading back to Land of Smiles on Tuesday. Oh, good for you, mate. So many people are going to the Land of Smiles. Good for you guys. Good for you. Stephen Goodall, Thai Elite visa risen 50%. Tax increase for Farang based on it. Thai Elite visa risen 50%. Tax increase for Farang based on Ed Zinkin. I'm okay. I don't earn anything. The Elite visa, bloody awful. No, thank you. So anyway, what is people's answer to this question? What, as in a particular thing, if you could mention, you know, there's one potential danger or inconvenience, would you warn other travelers of? I know that's not exactly the question that I've forgotten his name asked, but it's a good question anyway. Yeah, Peter Blue says, hi, Eddie, you booked any flights for Thailand? Yeah, been looking, but still very expensive. I'm not really going to book a flight until I get my passport. Now, where is my passport? I thought it may come this week, but then instead I get an email saying, we've got your old passport. We got it, you know, we'll get in touch with you if we need any more information. That's not what I wanted to hear. I want to know my passport's going to, my new one's going to be delivered. Because if it's delivered, then at least that's something I won't have to worry about for the next 10 years anyway. Martin Ryder, brother-in-law was buried last Friday, struck down with cancer at 60. Live life to the max. You don't know when your last day on the planet. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. God bless him. Absolutely, mate. Live your bloody life to the max. You know, my thoughts exactly. I think once you get 60, I think we're all on borrowed time, to be honest with you. I mean, some people, you know, won't live much beyond 60. Some people will go on to 90s, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, but you know, I'm gonna refill. I'm gonna grab myself a drink. Oh, 6 months off the booze. 6 months off the booze. How about that? 6 months off the booze. I am no longer an alcohol dependent. And I've lost about 2.5 stone in weight as well. So how about that? Wayne Ritchie, the bar girls. Oh, no, this is an answer to the question. This is an answer to the question. Thank you, Wayne, for that. The bar girls, 100%. Okay, so the question is, what potential danger or inconvenience would you warn travelers of? And Wayne Ritchie says the bar girls, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I'd give people information about the bar girls rather than warn them. I mean, those Thai girls are brilliant. They're really, really good girls. And if they are bar girls, then they're less likely to rob you because you know the bar freelancers, they're more likely to rob you because you don't know where they're based really. Whereas girls in a bar, if anything goes pear-shaped, you can always go back to the bar and see the girl again or report it or whatever the hell's happening. But yeah, you know, what potential danger or inconvenience would you warn travelers of? The bar girls. I personally, I wouldn't warn them about the bar girls. I'd warn them about, the bullshitters back in Britain who tell you everything's dirt cheap out in Thailand. That's what I warn people about. Bilbao Kelso. Ed, can I ask? I'm leaving for Thailand 29th. Ed, can you ask? I'm leaving for Thailand 29th of December for over a month. I want to stay in Bangkok for 4 days. Can you remember the hotel you stayed in, please? It always seems to be the same one, doesn't it? It's the Royal Ivory, Soi 4, down from Nana and, from Nana Plaza. Soi 4, the Royal Ivory. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but it's a nice hotel at a reasonable price. Very, very cheap for the capital city. So yeah, I'd recommend that one. It's got a little and there is a video on my list somewhere deep down from many, many years ago. There is a video of it. It's a good little old hotel. I liked it. It's called the Royal Ivory. Brian Street, it's never good to give negative information. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that because, but one thing I won't do, I won't tell people about a place I've never been to. That's what I won't do. But if there's something really bad in the place that I have been to, then I'll probably tell them about that. Yeah, Gemini Star, it's positive to warn travelers. It's positive to warn travelers, yeah, as long as you personally have been there. The one thing that gets on my titties is when if I'm going anywhere in the world, whether it's a South American country or whatever, there's always someone who's going to come along. Don't go there. It's dangerous. You get kidnapped, mugged, beheaded, and all the rest of it. And my answer is always, okay, so you've been there then, have you? No, me mate's been there. Secondhand, as soon as you hear me mate's been there, forget it. That's secondhand information. Any idiot can sit in a bloody armchair and say, I know all about this place because me mate's been there. Sorry, mate, but it doesn't mean a bloody thing. I want to know when the person, him telling me personally has been there. So I think it's positive to warn travelers as long as you personally know what you're talking about. A lot of these bullshitters out there who tell you all these horror stories and all the other crap that they haven't been there. They going about what they've heard from a friend of a friend or they've seen a TV documentary. Martin Ryder, warn of Thai condoms. They only fit micro penises. Now that sounds okay. That sounds pretty good. Good stuff. Paul asking about the scams. I think you mean scams in Thailand. What scams are there? There's a few. Let's see. Let's see. Paul asking all the scams in Thailand. There are scams can come when you least expect it. I've never been a victim of scams because I never allow myself I mean, just don't get into that. You don't allow yourself to get into that scenario in the first place of scams. Um, all the scams in Thailand. I've never been a victim of any. There's one that comes to mind, a little one, which I thought, this looks like a scam to me. I was in a little bar somewhere, and the barman was quite a nice enough chap, a Thai man, young Thai man, quite a nice chap. And it was a music bar. They played good music. He had his mobile phone, and he had his mobile phone. He was putting the music on and all of that through his mobile phone, as they do. And he had this little guitar thing. Little guitar. It was a special kind of like a handmade guitar. And as I was sitting there in the chair, he came over and he was playing his guitar. And I thought, fair enough. I said, I'll have a drink, please. And he went to get himself, and he put this very, very nice handmade guitar sort of thing. He just balanced it very, very precariously against my table near my feet. And I thought, well, what's he leaving it there for? Because that could get knocked over and damaged. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe he deliberately left it there so it gets knocked over and damaged. And then he can bill me for a lot of money. It's just a thought that went through my head, you know what I mean? Because it's like the jet ski thing, isn't it? I've never been on a jet ski, but apparently they, what they do, they claim that, you've done all kinds of damage that you haven't done. And then they try and bill you for lots of money. I kind of worry, why did this guy put this guitar in a very, very dodgy place? Did he want me to trip over it so he can bill me for a lot of money or something? Seems a bit dodgy, that. Terry Jones Sanders, a Liverpool-born actor Jake Abraham died yesterday. He was 56, famous for... 56 is very... I can't place who that actor was. I have seen that film, but maybe if I've seen it again, I can't place who that actor was, but that's very, very sad. 56, it's no age. Richie Rich, even Eddie, what's your thoughts on the tree being cut down in the news last week? Well, we had that kind of conversation, didn't we? He's a little bastard, whoever he is. But apparently, it wasn't a 60-year-old man accompanying it. Didn't he lead them on or something? That's stupid bloody people. Yeah, Tampa guy, pickpockets, the occasional scam price gouging somewhere. Yeah, I'd say in somewhere like Bangkok, I've got a number of people who are going to Bangkok. They probably know the script anyway. But, bag snatches on their Sukhumvit, you do get them. I've actually seen one. And also in Cambodia, this places Siam Reap, not Phnom Penh particularly, but guard your valuables because bastards will whiz by on motorbikes and swipe it from you. But the thing is, people should have common sense anyway. I mean, you shouldn't walk around with jewelry and all that kind of stuff dangling from you. Bilbo Kelso, for me, the danger is the ladies want more money. Well, you asked them first, don't you? Capitolian. Keep away from those pesky bar girls. Very dangerous. Well, in Thailand, they're not very, very dangerous. I wouldn't say they're dangerous. I'll just say they're opportunistic. Yeah, sceneries. It's a great idea to advise people going to another country about their culture and rules. Respect it. Oh, you're fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair enough. But I mean, that's down to you. I mean, you'd know that anyway, really. There's some, but although there's some bloody mouthy idiots would be offensive in what they say anyway, but they're just mouthy idiots anyway. Cats and good coffee. I would want travelers to really understand the importance of respect in many Asian countries. Meaning that if you yell at somebody in the West, might not be a big deal, but in Thailand can get you killed. Okay, that's fair enough. There is some truth about that. Never lose face, or there is some truth in that. Mr. Nothing has ever happened to me in Thailand that I would warn anyone about. Pattaya, Beriam, Udon, Kokan, Namso, no probs anywhere. Good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. You've obviously behaved yourself. Bart Simpson, Chai Bao sounds Vietnamese. Okay, well, nice to hear from you. Anyway, Vietnam's welcome on here. Absolutely. Cattle coffee. I would also warn about being careful with soy dogs. I think it comes down to common sense, really, doesn't it? I mean, be careful with soy dogs. Yeah, I mean, but that goes for anywhere. I think even though that goes with this country, you've got to use your own adult judgment. I mean, you see a nice, friendly little doggy running up to you, wagging its tail, then, give it a little stroke and it'll make you feel good. Give the nice little doggy a stroke. But if you see a skanky looking, evil eyed, bloody scabby looking dog, somewhere, don't call that dog over and try and stroke it. It might take your bloody hand off. It's all down to common sense, really, isn't it? John Bates, HS2 is a rip-off we do not need. All that money to save 30 minutes of travel time between London and Birmingham. To save 30. I know, sounds bloody awful. I know we need to come up to date as a country, but it just sounds like it's ridiculous that a so-called advanced country like this can't put a decent rail line together without it costing us about 10 times more than what we planned. It just sounds like a farce, really. Maybe we're becoming the country of farces. Look at the deporting the Rwandans and whatever happened to that. So no, not deporting deporting the migrants to Rwanda and the barge. Whatever happened to the Rwanda flights? Whatever happened to the barge? HS2, massive amount. I agree, load of crap. Steve Goodall, are you getting a new 10-year visa? No. None of it's costing mega amounts of money. No, not doing that. Martin Riser, who can afford to travel by UK trains? I don't go on trains personally. I mean, apparently they are ridiculously expensive, but they're also very, very unreliable. I mean, when I go from here to Heathrow Airport, I get the National Express coach. It's only about 4.5 hours on average. And it's never let me down once. Never let me down once. So I'd rather go by the National Express. Englishman in Malta is here. He is what he says. He's got a very, very fine YouTube channel based in Malta. Nice to hear from him. It's 985 euros, Emirates, Malta to Bangkok in April. But I didn't book anything yet. Hopefully the prices go down. But really, is this Malta as an international airport? I've never been to Malta. I mean, they've actually got an international airport that will fly all the way to Bangkok. I never knew that. But anyway, nice to hear from you, mate. Coin Main, going to Brazil next week, then on to Argentina, then Colombia. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Great countries, all great countries, well worth a visit, especially Brazil. Brazil's magnificent. Don't let anyone tell you that Brazil is not the greatest country in South America. It's wonderful. Colombia is good. Argentina, maybe if I spent a bit more time, I'd get to like it a bit more. But Brazil, magnificent. Magnificent. You have a great time, mate. Have a great time. So let's see. Paul Hoskin, does anyone go on the beach in Pattaya? Well, I don't sit on the beach. I walk along the beach for a little bit. I walk along beach roads. I walk along the beach, for about 5 minutes or so. But I wouldn't actually swim in it. It's not got the best reputation, has it? I wouldn't actually swim in it. Bilbao Kelso. My flight for over a month with Emirates was It looks like that isn't that, doesn't that say 10,000 for 49? I think you mean 1,049. That's expensive. Kipax, I went from Manchester to London to see family. It cost me 185 return ticket. What a rip-off. That sounds bloody expensive at a train. Terrible. Bottle baby, this isn't the travel channel. Well, I could have told you that. You just, yeah, I could have told you that. It's not the, yeah, you're right, it's not the travel channel. Let's see, Katsugo Coffee. I would warn about African hookers in Bangkok. I personally said they try to make tourist wallets when they flirt with them. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Some of them are beautiful. I've seen some of those African girls. Some of them actually look lovely. But be careful. Yeah, absolutely. The Thai girls are wonderful. Thai girls are great. I met some wonderful Thai girls. Absolutely wonderful. I don't really have anything bad to say about them. I think Thai girls are great. I personally saw they take tourist wallets when they fly. Something in Bangkok. Soi for this, I seen a Muslim woman, complete with her, her black head garb and all this kind of stuff. And she come up to me and she said, "Boom, boom." I thought, I'm not going to make a joke. I'm not going to make a joke. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I was quite frightened actually. Bart Simpson, sewage being pumped into the sea. I think they keep quiet about it. Talking about Pattaya Beach. Oh, Englishman in Malta. I got my first yellow monetized symbol for showing a pig's face on a pig roast video. Oh, yeah, yeah. I understand. I'm very, very sensitive about animals. Well, I mean, if it's a pig roast, I mean, it's a dead animal anyway. But yeah, I understand that. Very sensitive about animals. Let's see. Okay, I don't answer personal details about my finances. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. Telecom, congratulations, Eddie. Am I behind with the chat? I am a little bit teensy bit behind with the chat. Congrats. Yes, 6 months off the booze. 6 months. And here I am drinking diet ginger ale out of the co-op. And it's very, very nice. Thanks anyway, Mark. Capitonian, congrats on the no booze. Thank you, mate. Well, when I go abroad in our climate, it's possible. It's possible that I might just have a couple of beers, in a hot climate. But the important thing is I've got the alcohol under control. I've got it under control. I can switch. I'm not a dependent. I don't have to have it every day, and that's the important thing. Mr. Inf, yeah, okay, thank you. Gemini Star, okay, thank you. Yeah, Arg, 18 minutes in and another drink. Oh, nice. I hope you're enjoying the show, mate. I hope you're enjoying the show. Yeah, Kipax, only a few hours of Pornhub. If that's the answer, I can't remember what the question was. Yeah, Yogi Bear, Ed, if you think about it, this means that they're doing your passport as they have your old one. It's about 5 days from getting that text message that the new one comes. Okay. So it might be with me by the end of the week or well, okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. That's cheered me up anyway. Cheered me up. Chris Card, Eddie, my blood pressure is 174 to 112. So quit the booze for a while. Really, we had this discussion the other day. That sounds very, very high, that mate. You take it easy. Eat not just the booze, but eat plenty of, be careful what you eat. Cut the cholesterol out and all this kind of stuff. Welsh boy Webby, who's got a fine channel. Don't worry about the bar girls. Worry about the expats living in Pattaya. I wouldn't trust any of them. Okay, that's okay. That's fair comment. You know, I've met some. You know, some of them I wouldn't trust. Some of them I like a lot. Some of them I've met some of the expats and I like some of them a lot. But yeah, okay. You say you wouldn't trust any of them. That's good for you. You're entitled to your opinion, mate. Touch for Anne. When I got complaints, just go to the exact same spots on Beach Road and the lady is there again. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Never had a problem with bar girls. Over 3 years total holidays there. Okay. I've never had any problem with bar girls. Never had a problem with them. I'll tell you what one comes to mind. One does come to mind. She tried it on. I think it was the first time I went to the island at Koh Chang, White Sand Beach. That was about 20, or more than 20 years, over 20 years ago. When was it? Over 20 years ago, something like that. And I went up to one of those beach bars. And White Sand Beach in Koh Chang is not my favourite part of Koh Chang. I like other places there, but not really that place. But I went up to one of those beach bars. No, not one of those bars. In the town in White Sand Beach, and lots of girls behind the bar, and one of them I latched onto one of them, and she was a good looking girl, and I said, yeah, you come back to my place for a bit of how's your father? She said, yeah, sure, and I paid a bar fine for her. I bought her a couple of drinks, and I paid a bar fine for her. And anyway, at the end of the night, we left the bar. I left it, and I thought this is good. She said I want to go dancing, so we went along the road and we went into this nightclub sort of place where people were dancing, and she brought her friends, other bar girls, with her, and I bought her a drink when we were in there. I thought, okay, nice. I bought her a drink when we were in the nightclub, and she said, "Buy my friends a drink as well." I said, "Well, I'm with you. I'm not with them." She said, "Buy my friends a drink," and then she went and talked to her friends, chatting away, left me standing there like a bloody lemon, and then she came back to me, and she said quite, abruptly, "Are you going to buy my friends a drink or what?" Oh, you cheeky bitch. You cheeky bitch. Anyway, I got back on a motorbike. I didn't. But I got on a motorbike with her. She said, all right, we're going to go eating now. We're going to go for something to eat. And all the other Thai girls were on motorbikes. She thought she had a bloody mug. He was going to pay for not just there, but all of her friends as well. That's all the piss off. You cheeky bitch. Cheeky bitch. Oh my God, cheeky bitch, cheeky bitch, cheeky bitch. I mean, just know when you say, if you feel like you're being taken for a ride, nip it in the bud. Don't let it get too far. If you've already, paid, a bit of money for bar fines and drinks, or whatever, write it off, but nip it in the bud because they don't get any better. Cheeky bitch. Anyway. Eddie, excuse me, Steve. Eddie, give me the chat on the topic of the homeless man. I'm not. I don't promote other YouTubers, and I didn't see that video. Yeah, John Mitch has got the script. John Mitch, if you take freelancers back to your room, make sure everything of value is locked away. Absolutely. Well, yeah, I even do that with bar girls. But yeah, absolutely, everything of value is locked away. I mean, the thing is, even if you lock it in your suitcase, if you have little padlocks, if you put it in plastic bags, amongst all your, and this is a good thing about having a big suitcase with you because there's lots of stuff in there. Maybe bung your valuables in a suitcase in a plastic bag along with all the other stuff, your t-shirts and whatever, and then lock it up. And you may think, well, if they're left alone for a certain amount of time, they could rifle through that, but not in 5 minutes. They couldn't bloody do it in 5 minutes. They couldn't do it while you're in the shower washing your plonker. You know what I mean? They couldn't do it then. So you just got to use your own initiative, haven't you? Paul Hoskin, they always ask you how much your massage costs at work. So you know, when you're at work, Paul, your friends are asking you how much your massage costs. Really? Stephen West stays at Ibis. Never stayed in that one. Kipax, your negative could be someone's positive. Okay, fair enough. Bilbo, Chris, when I was in the hospital last week with him, oh well, best of luck, mate. Just Farang, I once saved a fellow monger from an angry freelancer. We were best monger friends ever since. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, John Mitch, don't let freelancers sleep overnight. If you want long time, I would say 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Oh, that's good. I mean, you're more like me, you know, love in the afternoon. Yeah, I like a bit of love in the afternoon. I'm like that. I'm like that. Rich Free. I told someone to be prepared with a copy of their passport and return ticket because police sometimes can raid for potential tourists who overstay in Laos. He yelled at me and said, "That's negative, idiot." Okay, yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, you know, well, you shouldn't overstay anyway, but you know, police raid. Well, don't overstay anyway, really. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know Laos that well. I have been there, but I couldn't really, you know, go into detail about it. Kipax, over 20 years ago, and people still warn me about Thailand who have never been. I just laugh and don't waste my time on negativity. Yeah, I don't know, armchair experts. They got to be bloody nerves, they do. Matthew Cartwright, good evening. Yeah, telecom. Eddie knows he's been visiting Southeast Asia and points beyond for a long time. Absolutely, I'll drink to that. Well, I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem, never had a serious problem in any country. So I must know something. Martin Ryder, we are scammed as soon as we get in the Thai taxi. Okay. Oh, I don't, I mean, you know, they're I thought they're very reasonable. Kipax uses Bolt taxis, never had one issue. Have never had an issue with the price in Bolt taxis. What I have had an issue with is sometimes the bastards don't turn up. They're very hit and miss them. And sometimes they pick up somebody else who's flagged them down because that's happened to me in the past. Yeah, you know. If they say Yogi Bear, if they say something, I will warn you. Going to Thailand would be don't tell you. Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't tell unless it's our king and welfare. No, you don't mention anything about them. Brian Street, good info I learned at the ATM. Your money comes out before your card, unlike the UK where your card comes out first. Really, I've never noticed that. I'm kind of vigilant with both of them. What I have noticed about Thailand though is that if you go to an ATM to take money out, you are less likely when you are using the ATM to have some shady bastard creep up behind you and say, "Hey mate, have you got a light for me ciggy, have you?" Or "Hey mate, you couldn't you couldn't lend me a couple of quid, could you, mate?" Or you're less likely to have some skanky drug addict girl running at you at the ATM as you're drawing your hard-earned money about. All of these things have happened to me, but not in Thailand, in bloody England. It's England where I'm wary about going to an ATM. Honestly, whenever I'm even in the high street where I live, if I go to an ATM outdoor, as I approach, before I put my card up, I'm looking everywhere, over my shoulder, everywhere to see who's watching me, and that's in England. Stephen West, I used the jet ski in Pattaya. I had no issues. Okay, fair enough. Capitonian, Thailand has always felt much safer than home for me. You can stumble down a dark alley in Bangkok at 3 a.m. with only maybe a soy dog to worry about. Okay, that's fair comment. Yeah, that's fair comment. Yeah, Thailand's a very safe country, very safe, much safer than England. Dutch Farang, don't step on Thai money. Okay, fair enough. Never thought of it that way. Let's see. Bilbo Council, Dutch Farang, let's see. Don't step on Thai money. You end up in a bad. Really? Never thought about that. Never thought about that. Kickbacks. Who steps on money anyway? Cats and good coffee. Do not jump from a hotel balcony. Sound advice. Yeah, I'll go along with that one. Kickbacks, unless it's into a swimming pool. Okay. Dutch Farang. I had money fall out of my hand and it was windy, and the taxi driver and the doorman were watching. I wanted to catch the money by stepping on it, but I realized I shouldn't. I think if money's blowing away, I mean, vociferously, then you're going to bloody step on it, aren't you? I need to stop it from blowing away, aren't you? Depending on what it is. Matthew Cartwright is treating himself to some ciders tonight. And I like cider. Well, I did. I used to like cider, but I don't drink anymore. Okay, so Paul Hoskin, I put most of my money in my sock when going into a go-go. How much money can you stuff into your sock? Never heard that one before. John O'Neill, second day of sober October, mate. Oh, good. That might be all right. If you taking a month off the booze, good for you. Good for you. Lewis Bellingham. Hi, Eddie. What site do you use to book a flight? Well, I always go to Skyscanner first of all. It's kind of like the devil I know. Basically, I always go to Skyscanner. Yes, I'd be able to an extent at least. Wink, wink. Okay. Gemini Star. I was warned overbilling in restaurants. Yeah. I mean, overbilling in restaurants. Basically, you've looked at the menu. I've never had that problem. I don't think I've had that problem. I mean, I look at the price in the. There is one restaurant. It's a popular restaurant. It's supposed to be quite a bargain restaurant in Pattaya that a lot of people say is really good. But I've been in there a couple of times, and each bloody time they charge me more than what the menu price is. There is one of them, so yeah, you do have to be careful there. John Mitch, do not get involved in arguments with Thai guys. Walk away instead, or it will never end well for the Farang. Good advice there, mate. Good advice. Yeah. Matthew Cartwright, dinghy's okay. Kipax. I don't warn my mates about Soy 6-1 who haven't been to Thailand before. I just walk down the soy and see what they say. Oh, some of those lady boys they're like bloody dockers, aren't they? Some bloody big one grabbed hold of his private parts. Hey mate, do you want these? Oh, go away, you ogre. And the reason I was walking down Soy 6-1 is because there was someone that I was trying to avoid on Soy 6. That's the reason. Rich Frey, give taxi driver exact money. In Bangkok, the driver tried to rob me. He didn't want to give me my change. I've never really had this problem with them. Oh yeah, make sure you got the right money. Don't expect them to. Don't give them a big note and expect them to change it. It's not going to happen. Repair shop says Rwanda was designed to fail, and it did so spectacularly. Let's see. Let's see. Repair shop seems to be less workabout. Is the UK in recession? The UK, the UK's knackered. We've got loads of people coming in, and recession. There's not much working about in recession. There's mass unemployment, except the last recession, the one there's too much work about, not enough people, and the UK's bloody knackered, mate. I give up on it. Repair shop, British jobs for British workers. Okay. J Easy. Change some £1,000 bills to the 7-Eleven so that you can carry plenty of 100 or 20, 220 baht bills. Yeah, and you change 1,000, but yeah, because they're pretty good. Change 1,000 baht bills at a 7-Eleven. When you're buying some, whatever you're buying at the 7-Eleven. I mean, I wouldn't go if I was buying something tiny, trivial. I wouldn't give them a 1,000 baht. I still wouldn't do that. But if I was buying a fair few things, I'd give them 1,000 baht. Yeah, collect your 100. Yeah, collect your 100 baht notes and your 20 baht. Collect your small notes and all that because you will need them. Same in Cambodia. Harold Batterson, hell yeah! Is that loud enough for you? Nice to hear from you. Hard tulip, organised crime and organised orgies. An organised orgy. That sounds good. I like the sound of that. Dutch Farang, you can see the bar girls smoking cigs with their Thai boyfriends on Soy 6-1. Can you really? Okay. Paul Hoskin, they said on the news it costs 10 times as much to build a HS2 than France. I don't know, why is that? It's all a bloody farce? We are becoming the capital of farces, Britain. Bloody capital of farces. Englishman in Malta, no long goal from Malta. I have to change Dubai. Even so, that must still be a pretty big airport. I didn't know they had an airport that big on Malta. I thought it was a tiny island, but it sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, Matthew Cartwright. This is a dinghies channel. No, not exactly. Not, but we do meant that. The Fonz. Okay, if you say so. Yeah, Mal says, "Where's Yoz tonight?" He's on his way to Thailand. He's flying. He might have arrived there by now. So he's had he's last time I heard he was on the flight. Let's see, Bangkok. Ed, have you plans for any videos on your potential preparation to move overseas, the plan involved, etc.? Good idea. I haven't thought about that, but it does seem like a good idea, that one. Oh, okay. It does seem like a good idea. Yeah, Paul Hoskin I'm a one bar girl, one lady boy, man. Good for you, mate. Variety is the spice of life. Yeah, just for rank, you end up in hell for that joke, Eddie. Well, whatever the joke was, whatever that, I don't recall making a joke that I would end up in I end up in hell. I don't remember what joke it was. Rich Free, Boom Boom term is so 1980s. It was Boom Boom. The first time I heard Boom Boom, it was Bum Bum. That's how you pronounce it. It was Basil Brush. Remember that annoying bloody fox puppet thing? Bum Bum. Yeah, that was Basil Brush. That was. Yeah. Bilbao Kelso, Eddie replied Basil Brush. Okay, okay. I just have. Gemini Star. Yeah, I can't believe that, Eddie. I'm telling you, my own eyes, my own eyes. Paul Hoskins, 6 months, that's half a year. Jesus, you get some fascinating information on this channel, don't you? Yeah, touch for Pattaya getting ready for big cruise ships. UK ready for dinghy wave. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. It's going to be squeaky door time. I will remove that from the screen for a moment. Good question. Who gave that? So at the moment, it's squeaky door time. Okay. Martin Ryder, one day we will get to see the door in the flesh. You're not missing much. Telecom, I need to get an SDDT app on my phone. Okay. Yeah, Matthew Cartwright, where does Clive F1 stream isn't the same without him? Okay, well, hopefully he'll come back soon. Yeah, Kipax, got to see how the girls are doing in the basement. Okay. So anyway, I'm up to date on the chat. Anyway, John Mitch asked me at the start, right at the very start, as the book being uploaded. Just a quick mention about of the book. There you go. That's what it is. SDT, squeaky door time. Like it. Okay, thanks for that. Anyway, mention the book. Okay, the book. It's this one here. Ed Sweeney's Five Go to Battaya. And right at the start, John Mitch asked me if I uploaded the book yet. Well, I have uploaded the book to Amazon. I finally done it yesterday, and it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, but anyway, it's only about 100 pages. The book. I've uploaded the Kindle version. Right, I've uploaded the Kindle version. I think I checked it as I was uploading it, reviewed it, and it apparently the PDF isn't the best format to be uploading the book, but I can't really see how it's going to go wrong. But anyway, I've uploaded the book, I've uploaded the cover, and they said that they're going to get back to me in 70. It takes 72 hours for it to go live, so that was 24 hours, or up to 72 hours. So anyway, but I've uploaded it on the Kindle. It said as I completed it. Now you can upload the paperback version. You can do it now with all the info that you've already put in. So apparently you can do the paperback straight afterwards. But but what was I going to say? I couldn't upload the paperback version simply because I haven't done a back cover. For the Kindle version, you only need the front cover, which is that. But for the paperback version, you will need to do a back cover as well. So this week, I'm going to do a back cover. I've got Canva, and I'm going to do a back cover. So by next week, I'll upload the paperback version, and you never know, maybe even a hardback version. But for now, I've uploaded the Kindle version, and it's in the post. Like my passport, it's in the post. I'm just waiting on it. So anyway, that's the news about the book. Yeah, telecom. I would have used that cover as a T, a lot. Okay, thanks for that. Kipax, I can sign my copy. Okay. Paul Oscar, does Timmy the dog go to Thailand too? No. Yogi Bear, Ed, there's a place for you to go in Pattaya. It's the Sanctuary of True Temple. It's all handwood carvings and looks great. Okay, I mean, it probably does, but I've seen a lot of temple. I've seen that from a distance, but I never actually went there simply because a lot of people have done videos on that. And also on my particular channel, temples don't always go down that well, to be honest with you. Let's see. Martin Ryder, Amazon Sensitive redacted half the book. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. There's a word, a Liverpool word that I do explain in the book. Amazon came back with, you've made 14 spelling mistakes. And I kept coming up with this word. Well, you might not have heard the word. I've heard the word. It's a common word in Liverpool, and it's used quite a lot in the book. So, but it confused Amazon. But anyway, I've ticked the box what said that it's for over 16s anyway. It's an adult book. Sean Harris, Ed, do you take any medicines with you, or have you any jabs before you go traveling? I had the last time I had loads of jabs, and I don't like jabs. Was years ago. Was when I was when I went to South America. To be honest with you, medicines. I always take me statins with me. Gemini Star, Clive, you're getting detention for being late. Okay. Oh, McClan is here. Good evening, Ed. Okay, nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you, Clive. Glad you can make it. Yeah. Touch for Frank, Eddie very ghetto creating million sales boot cover with Canva. Eddie very ghetto. I'm not with you there, mate. Let's see. Yogi Bear. Ed, I will be looking at a first edition hardback, and if you wouldn't mind signing it, it doesn't come from me. It doesn't come from me. It comes from Amazon. You upload to Amazon, and they do all of that. They do all the sending out. But well, with the Kindle, yeah, you know, with the Kindle version, if you've got a Kindle, you can download from Kindle. Yeah, just for that, you take out these paperbacks to soy 1/6, it transforms into a hardback. Okay. Paul Oskin, Ed, will you do a book signing somewhere? Well, if it takes off, if it's we'll see. I haven't even thought about it. I mean, to be honest with you, I just thought about getting it up. Yeah, Singapore down. No, not. I wouldn't go that far just yet. Let's get the thing out there. Bart Simpson, Vivian from the Young Ones, opening washing machine with Flisty Council. I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going now. Michael Gianais is here. Hi Eddie, hope you're well, mate. Decided to head for Phuket for 10 days in November. You're well, mate. Decided to head for Phuket for 10 days in November, just before peak season, first time in 5 years. That sounds great. Sounds great. Phuket's a lovely place. I'm not too sure that the weather will be wonderful though, because you still have the tail end of the rainy season, but lovely place. Good for you, mate. Good for you. And some of those beds, it's expensive, but some of those beds in the go-go bars, oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, let's see. Banners, what we'll do, what I'll do, I'll switch the phone on to see if anyone wants to give us a call. What is the question tonight? We can talk about anything you want, because it's okay. I'll just leave that there. I'll switch that on. So anyway, here's a question in the meantime. Yeah, Matthew Cartwright. If I wrote a book about the number of ladyboys I'd smashed their back doors in, it would be more than 10,000 pages. Okay, okay, that's your business, I suppose. Funnily enough, on when I filled in the form online, uploading the book, and they said what categories are coming out. One of the categories was LGBTQ. No, it doesn't. There is ladyboys featured in the book, but it doesn't come to those categories. And by the way, with the book, they also asked me a question: is any of this book was it done by AI? And my answer was a firm no, definitely not. It's all original. Comes from me. No AI or any of that bollocks. Martin Ryder, looking forward to the reviews on Amazon. Oh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Mazza is here. Nice to hear from you, Mazza. Five drinks late. 555. Ed, any plans when you're going to Beside again? Well, I'm going to get my passport first. That's what I'm waiting on. Let's see. Telecom, it's after 7 p.m., so the long distance rates are lower. Okay. What I don't know what the rates are for that phone, but anyway, I'll put that phone number on the screen. If anyone wants to phone it, we had some great callers last week, really, really good callers. Bintman and Legan, you know, really, really good callers last week. Yeah, Seaside Freddy, the hip replacement isn't so cheap. Oh, God almighty, you have to retreat home for that. I don't want any of that. Bilbao Kelso, Ed, forget what the weather is like as long as they any. Oh, God almighty, subtle as a demolition ball. Martin Ryder, Eddie's book, perfect Christmas gift for the vicar. Oh, the vicar would probably love it. I mean, you know, I heard some of those religious fruitcakes. They're actually quite broad. I've heard nuns are very, very broad-minded. Very, very broad-minded. Rich Frey is saying, how much is the book? It's less than what you pay for fish and chips. Let's put it this way. There's some places where you couldn't get a pint of ale for you know for what that boot costs. Yeah, Dutch Farang, you're on a dark side. One way, they're a group of aggressive ladyboys. The other way, a pack of aggressive soy dogs. Which way you would go? What would you go? Oh my God! Oh my, that sounds bloody awful. Oh God, no, that's dreadful. Can't answer that, mate. Yeah, tell them, Eddie, you could record the audio book. I think if you record the, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Would it be my voice or something else? I don't know. Sounds good. We'll see. We'll see. That's the. I would have done the paperback last night, but I couldn't upload that simply because that requires a back cover as well, and I haven't done the back cover. But I thought the Kindle is for starters. It's the start of something. It could be the start of something big. Martin Ryder says soy dogs every time. Okay. Okay. So anyway, we'll get that off the screen. So anyway, if anyone wants to phone in and talk about anything, or about particular things, where am I now? Where's the volume on that one? There you go. There you go. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to ask a question. Somebody's mentioned dinghies and all of this kind of stuff. So let's ask a question. Let's ask a question. Okay. The question is, what is the question? The question is, okay, we all know what we're talking about here. Is it an invasion? Now we're all saying we're all saying about you know, dingy people and you know they're coming across, and thousands of people are heading to this little island. All of these people coming from third world countries heading over to Italy, and all of the people are coming in our country unwanted, and thousands, and then before you know it, it'll be tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who we haven't invited into our country. And in Europe as well, by the way, they're suffering as well, and in America as well, they're suffering. All of these people from third world countries, because their own countries are shite, they're coming over to our developed countries wanting a bit of what we've got. And it's time to look at it and say, is it an invasion? It's not just like, you know, unwelcome guests, uninvited guests. I mean, they're actually invading us. They're trying to disrupt. They've already, you know, disrupted our lifestyle because they're bringing, you know, cultures into our country that we haven't asked for. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Gemini Star says absolute invasion. It's time to recognize it's an invasion. And then if it's an invasion, well, what do we do with an invasion? Do we not call in the military to put a stop to it? Yeah. Telecom invasion is a correct analogy. Yes, I mean I've been looking at the images of New York last week. All the bloody people, all the immigrants, flooding this, and apparently People are predicting they're going to be camping out in Central Park before long. Dreadful. Yeah, Mr. Trojan horse without the Trojan horse without the horse. Nice way of putting it, mate. Nice way of putting it. Yeah, just for that, you guys can start a new political party here. Okay. Oh, I got a super chat. I got a super chat. Okay, fine, thank you, Peter Capshock. That's very, very kind of you. Greetings, Eddie, from Negril on the west coast of Jamaica. That sounds nice. This is a wonderful beach resort with great beaches, food, and music. Jamaican people are very hospitable. Looking forward to reading your book once available. Okay, cheers for that, mate. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I'm envious. I wouldn't mind being there right now. The west coast of Jamaica sounds lovely, mate. And thanks for that super chat. You have a nice time, mate. Cheers. Okay, so anyway, where are we? Matthew Cartwright. It's an invasion without a shot fired. Hence, why I think we should have the Second Amendment in this country. Okay. yeah. Okay, I'm with you there. Richie Rich, just look what happened in Sweden. What will happen in the Sweden? I've never been to Sweden, so I don't like commenting on countries that I've never been to. But I mean, when I was growing up, we had an image of Sweden, maybe because of the blonde ABBA. Yeah, we had an image of Sweden being something exotic. All of these blonde, gorgeous blondes. And I heard another YouTuber saying that he lived in Sweden in the 1970s. In Sweden, all the gorgeous Swedish birds used to go topless and at the swimming baths and all of this kind of stuff. But they don't do it now because all these weirdos from other cultures are layering at them, and they run the risk of being, abused. That's terrible. That's terrible. I keep hearing that it's Albanians who are, spreading the crime and. Oh, it's bloody awful, dreadful. We've been too soft. We have been far too soft. That's the truth of the matter. Really, is it really? Is that the case? It's they should go through the proper process to enter, but they wouldn't get in. Yogi Bear, we fight them on the beaches, okay? Paul Hoskin, we stopped the Germans in World War II, but can't stop the dinghies. Yeah, it's all so political. All this political correctness, woke bollocks, and human rights bollocks is more dangerous than that chappie with the funny moustache. Category coffee. 2-story Paris has an emergency at the moment with bed bugs. Yuck. Gary Hughes, of course it's an invasion. Great comment I heard was you bring the third world in, you become the third world. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll go along with that. Yeah, McLaren F1, we fight them in the pubs. Okay, okay. That'll be funny. Yeah, Mr. We helped them off the beaches. Yeah, that's a good comment. That's a good comment. That it's gone from we will fight them on the beaches to we will help them off the beaches. Very, very well said, mate. Do I really sound like that in the background? Do I really sound like that? Hello? Who am I speaking to, please?
Hello, Eddie. It's Paul.
Paul?
Paul.
But remind me, it's Paul Hoskin.
No, it's I've never got round to commenting. I've been watching you for years.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to how you log into the comments, to be honest with you.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, where are you based, Paul?
Yeah, I'm in Bolton. Bolton, Fred Dibner country.
Oh, Fred, really, Bolton? Yeah, that sounds like a nice quintessential northern town.
Oh yeah, well it's become 33% ethnic, based on the last census.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, regarding the invasion,
yeah,
there's something that's not being reported on any news channel or
Okay.
any newspaper.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, have you heard of Circle? The people. There was like lots of big contracts with the government.
I haven't maybe vaguely, but no, I can't actually say specifically.
Anyway, basically, in a nutshell,
Yeah.
The hotels, the Rwanda, the Bibi barge, it's all a smoke screen.
Yeah.
Because Circle, they've signed a £2 billion contract with borrowed money from the government.
Yeah.
And they're putting them on the quiet in private rental accommodation.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
And they're paying the gas and electric bills.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a con's going on somewhere along the line. I've always thought all along there's some bloody ulterior motive to it. I mean, somebody's making money out of all of this bollocks somewhere along the line, aren't they?
Well, the bottom line is, the hotels is a smoke screen. They're actually putting them in private rented accommodation and paying the rent, council tax, gas, electricity, water. It's when you got pensioners next month, November, terrified of putting the gas fire on, and they can rack up a $5,000 bill and get it paid for.
That's bloody
scandalous.
I mean, well, yeah, that is, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, what is the ulterior motive? I mean, okay, straight one for you. Do you think our government, who was saying that we wanted to end all the other previous politicians, they wanted it to end as well, but we really, really want to end? Do you really believe that? Or is it just like, we don't really want it to end, we're just going to say that to keep people happy?
Well, there's no intention of them even attempting to end it, because not only that $2 billion contract covers the Northwest and the Midlands, there's 3 other contracts been signed, totaling £6 billion that they're not telling anyone about. So there's no intention of making a dent in the problem.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think it's like, with regard to with the illegal immigrants coming in from third world countries, it's like trying to hold a tiger by the tail. I mean, it's you're shoveling shit against the tide. I mean, the population of this world is 8 billion now. If you go back 50 years, it was 4 billion, so it's doubled in the last.
Yeah, well, it's right. Like the decade we were both born.
Yeah.
It's increased by 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. And basically, most of these people are being born into countries which can't afford to look after them. All of these people, all of these illegal immigrants, these are people who shouldn't have been born in the first place. They were born into countries that couldn't look after them, to families that couldn't look after them. And then 20, 25 years later, they're coming over here in dinghies expecting us to look after them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
How I just solved the problem.
Yeah.
Our friend Emmanuel across the channel.
Yeah.
Right. They sat in a field getting it 0, off the French government.
Yes.
What I did, I had commandeered some farmers' fields in Kent, give them a few bob, the farmers, and said, listen, you can either sit in a field over there or sit in a field over here, but you're getting Jack, S-H-I-T, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. They know about our benefit system. I mean, the thing is, this is the day and age of social media. I mean, even though they're coming from bloody backward countries, they all have access to the internet. They know people in tiny little villages in Africa and in tiny little villages in India. They know about our generous welfare system. They know about that. And it's like ringing a dinner bell for them. They want to come over here and milk us for all they can.
Yeah. Going back to them being able to be accommodated in a private rental house.
Yeah.
I mean, what really sticks in my craw, my mother, you know, she started working the cotton mill at 15 in Bolton, worked all her life, played by the rules. You know, she never claimed a penny benefits, and they come over here and get everything.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's not new. I mean, people have been accusing of that since I was a kid. You know what I mean? And they always get the the council hours, and this is what people say. But Dutch Ferrangate is saying, imagine only having one tunnel and the sea between your country and the dengue invasion, and you still can't handle it. See, this is what I don't understand, Paul. Britain is an island. We've got a bloody big moat around the island, and yet we still can't stop the bastards from coming in.
Yeah. But I was saying to a mate today, you know that big posh hotel in Chichester, you know, that's full of well-heeled middle-class people.
The posh hotel, I know where Chichester is.
Yeah, you know, just next to near Portsmouth, really posh cathedral stuff there. You know, like they've commandeered this hotel where all the posh little kids went swimming.
Yeah.
So they've seen their arse, haven't they? Yeah. And they're the people who were saying, "Oh, we love immigrants, you're racist," and then as soon as it's on their doorstep, they've changed the tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. All these bloody goody two shoes. I mean, they give me the impression these middle class goody two shoes. They've never ever lived in the real world. I mean, they've had perfect upbringings. They've always had access to work and a good lifestyle. They've never lived in any hardships. They've never suffered recessions in the way that I and many other people have. And they believe everything that they read in the news, in the newspaper.
But like you said, you've hit the nail on the head. Actually, the people who are facilitating this madness, they all live in these nice little kosher villages with zero multiculturalism. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, if these goody two shoes really want to look after the illegal immigrants, then okay, they can go live in their house. They can go put them up in their own bloody house, but they won't be put up in mine.
Well, as you know, if you remove the incentive, you remove the problem, don't you? Now, if you think you can go from a field in France to a nice little cosy private rented accommodation and all your gas and lecky paid.
Yeah.
I said to a mate today, I said, if I were one of them, I wouldn't be coming over. I'd be swimming over for that deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They should put a bloody big sign on the White Cliffs of Dover saying you are not getting anything if you come here illegally. Yeah, that'll say. I mean, just absolutely. Singapore Dan says cut off all the benefits. Okay, simple as that. Tomorrow, make it tomorrow. Cut off all the benefits, and the day after that, they'll stop bloody coming.
They haven't got the cojones, none of them, to do it. Now, the thing is, this invasion is stemming from obviously near Calais.
Yeah.
But they're getting zero from the French government, zero.
Yeah.
And actually, have you obviously Wigan, the next town? You've heard of Wigan, obviously, haven't you?
Wigan, yeah.
Have you ever heard of there's like a posh hotel called Killee Court?
Well, when I lived in Liverpool, and I haven't lived in Liverpool for well over 30 years, I never went anywhere outside of Liverpool. I never went to places like Wigan and Bolton. I never went there. I mean, I stayed in Liverpool. I mean, for me, an exotic holiday was like getting a ferry across the Mersey. So I don't really know Wigan or I went to St. Helens once and I didn't like it. So I don't really know these places.
St. Helens back in the day.
Yeah.
And what it was, there was like 30% Scousers, and I got on brilliant with them. They were brilliant, the Scousers, I used to work with in St. Helens and that,
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going back to this hotel.
Yeah.
They've literally sacked all the English staff. It's a 4-star, big flash spa hotel, and they've got all the dinghy divers in there, and they've thrown all the English people into the gutter on the door,
Yeah. You know what it is. It's sad. I mean, what isn't helping? You know, I mean, there's obviously a conspiracy somewhere. Some people actually want these bloody illegals, and some people like you know. But what hasn't helped is that, I mean, you know, a while back, and we've forgotten about this, but white English people on benefits were a bit of a problem. You know, popping out, you know, half a dozen kids here and there, and expecting the taxpayer to pay for them. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's not so. That's not topical anymore. But if you go back maybe 10 years, what was that program, Benefit Street? I mean, when the all white English people who were just you know, didn't want to go to work. I mean, I was unemployed when I was a you know, a youngster because I couldn't find work in Liverpool. But instead, I went to college and got qualifications. I didn't start you know, popping out loads of kids or anything like that. So it's not just the illegals that are a problem. It's some of the lazy bastard English people who don't want to work. Some of them, you know, can be a problem as well.
I've got a friend of mine who, back in the day, was a grafter. You know, a stonewaller out in all the bad winter weather. But he got on the chucky, as they say.
Yeah.
And he's like an heroin addict. They can't get off it, and he's been swinging the lead for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Mazza says UK governments are full of snowflakes. Our Coast Guard and Navy should be protected. Okay. So anyway, okay. So
like I said, I've been following you for years. Just a quick one.
Yeah.
You know, to actually comment, you have to bring it up on the laptop and then log in by Google Mail. Is that how you comment and that?
How do you comment? If you are watching this live, which you probably are, then post a comment. It comes up at the well, I don't know, because I've probably got a different screen here than what you've got.
The TV, or do you have to do it via the laptop?
Oh, the laptop, yeah, definitely the laptop, yeah.
I've watched, you know, I've watched you and a few expats
over,
and I've never got round to commenting. I'll have to suss that one out.
Oh, it's got to come from your computer, you know, your actual laptop, or your mobile phone or whatever you're doing, yeah.
And then log in via Google Mail.
Yeah, you've got to log in by Google. Yeah, definitely got to log in by Google.
Okay, well, I'll have to come up with a good username and that for next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so
I've been following you for years, and you know, you're top dollar. Just on a final point.
Yeah.
You know, you always get a few idiots commenting, don't you? But
yeah.
You've got over a 90% approval rating, and any politician in the world would die for that. You know what I mean?
Really? Oh, that's good to hear. Anyway, well, that's good to hear. Okay. Well, thanks for that. This is Mazza likes you. Mazza says Paul is talking sense. Okay. That's terrific. Anyway, Paul, it's great having you calling out. Please phone in again. You know, whatever we're talking about. But like you say, if you want to comment, you've got to be logged into a Google account while you're watching, and there's a comment.
So are you on tomorrow? I'll try and give it a whirl. You know,
I told you I'll be on tomorrow but I will be on Friday because I have other things to do. I don't think it'll be tomorrow.
Okay, but I'll suss it out for next time. Anyway,
okay.
I'll give it a whirl.
Absolutely. Listen, Paul, great to have you phoning in anyway, and thanks for your opinion. Mazza says Paul is talking sense. I second that anyway. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for your time. And like I say, I've been supporting you for years and that, so keep up the good work.
Okay, cheers, mate. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for that. Nice meeting you anyway, Paul. All the best. Anyway, that was Paul there, and that was a really, really, really good call. I'm just going to grab another drink a moment. Had some great callers on, and Paul there was. I'll leave that on the screen. Paul is talking sense, absolutely. God almighty, that Co-op diet ginger ale, I don't have to bloody get through that. I don't have to, but I like it. And it helps me to lose weight. Okay, so we've had enough of that. We've said our piece. It's bloody infuriating. I mean, somebody used the phrase Trojan horse. Yeah, that's a very, very important phrase to bear that in mind. Let's see. Okay. So I'll just skip through the chat. We've been on for an hour and 38 minutes. So I'll skip through the chat and then, yeah, Mike Richardson says, the problem with people in third world, they breathe like rat. Yeah, well, you know, yes. Englishman in Malta, how do the Russian bar girls in Pattaya work without work permits? It's down to connections. Yeah, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother myself. Rip off. Stephen Tutty, it doesn't surprise me the NHS is saturated with so many illegals, no beds available. Okay, so anyway, kind of. Okay, so I'll skip through some of this. I'm going to finish now anyway because we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes, nearly enough, and that's about just about long enough. I don't want to go over this. I mean, sometimes some people accuse me of being racist. I'm definitely not. I like ethnic people. I love a lot of the foreign people I've met. Remember, there's nothing racist about wanting to defend your country. There's nothing racist about that at all. It's common sense, Anyway, here we go. Stephen Goodall says Wigan is erotic. Really? Okay, so if I've missed anybody out, Bobby Crush. Yeah, I'll just mention this. This comment from Bobby Crush. Got to finish now, but anyway, Bobby Crush. People say all this anti-immigration stuff, but just watch them all vote Labour and Tory. If you believe in England for the English, then vote for the party that believes it too. Oh, it's all bloody cobblers. It's all cobblers. I give up on politics. Yeah, Dutch Frank Eddie, not racist, just nationalist. Okay. Mazza, Eddie, controversial question. Should poor people in certain countries be sterilised? Not against the will, they shouldn't, but they should be educated a bit more. Anyway, we've said enough. We've said enough. Listen, thank you for Paul for that marvelous goal. I don't need to be a live stream tomorrow because I have things to do this week, but I'll keep you updated about the book. Yeah, I'll keep you updated about it. Remember, it's not expensive. It's you couldn't get a fish and chips for the price of that anyway. So listen, thanks for tuning in, guys. Monday evening, it's turned out to be a little bit lively. I'm not so sure unless something really spectacular happens tomorrow, like there's some news that we really, really need to talk about. I think I'll give tomorrow a miss, but I will be back on Friday on the other channel, Steady Eddie Travels, where we'll talk a bit more about travel there. And anyway, so anyway, I'll say good night, guys. Have a good week, and I'll see you probably on Friday. Like I say, if anything spectacular happens tomorrow that we need to talk about, then we'll do another stream tomorrow. But apart from that, Friday I think is a good day. So okay, guys, cheers. Have a good week, and I'll see you Friday. Cheers.